We are having a lunch now, like 20 minutes ago. It's 8 of us and some journalists, conservative. Even them. We're having this conversation about what happened in Brussels yesterday. Yesterday, there was a terror attack, shootings with AK-47, 3 days in a row. Like every day you have a shooting. So we are having this conversation, and suddenly one of the journalists saying, "That was migrants." I said, "Why are you whispering?" And I was like, "Migrants use AK-47 to attack." You see how the mindset is changed, how people are afraid to name and call the facts. I don't care. So when you ask me how do they react, they are still, I think, in a state of mind when they are afraid to say as it is. And the fact and the numbers from Eurostat, from Interior Ministry in Poland or in other country, we know that many crimes are committed by illegal migrants. That is a fact. And they are calling me racists because I said as it is. Most of them coming from Muslim countries. That is a data. It's a fact. They called me Islamophobe. I don't have a phobia. I'm not afraid of them.
All right, member of European Parliament, Dominik Tarczyński.
You must be Polish. There must be a drop of Polish blood in you.
I got Tarczynski right, but I screwed up Dominik. That was weird.
But it's much easier when they say Mr. Zero.
Yeah?
Because of this interview in 2018. And that's quite famous, and it helped me because, Tarczynski, who knows who Tarczynski is? How to pronounce it? Dominik is much easier.
Dominik is easier, but I will see how many more times I can say Tarczynski correctly. But we only have about 15 minutes. We are here at ARC. You are from Poland. It seems to me that Poland is one of the few countries in Europe that is doing things right at the moment. You guys used to be the brunt of an awful lot of jokes. And yet you're doing
Polish
something
jokes,
right.
Not anymore.
Nobody's laughing anymore.
Not anymore, because Poland is the only country with no terrorist attack. Like zero illegal migration equals zero terrorist attacks.
What about Hungary?
Hungary, they are doing good.
Close,
yes,
right?
They are doing very good. But when you compare all the data, like unemployment, because everyone is asking why you say Poland is so special. So official data from Eurostat, the lowest unemployment in European Union, Poland. Numbers of terrorist attacks, zero. Highest GDP after COVID, Poland. So when you look at the data and what is happening, you can tell we are leader now in Europe. So Hungary is doing good. Our government, unfortunately, for sometimes is liberal, but because of our conservative government for 8 years, past 8 years, we set a very strict regulations on migration. That was the most important thing for our government. And this is beautiful zero. I'm going to repeat it because nobody believes that Poland took zero illegal migrants. Like when they tried to cross Belarusian-Polish border, they managed to kill one of our soldiers with the spear, illegals. They managed to kill him. Straight after that, our parliament passed a law that we can use live bullets, and you will be killed if you will try to cross illegally border and harm one of our servicemen. You will be dead, shot dead. So if someone is asking me why I think Poland is so special, it's not about thinking, it's not my opinion, it's about data. If you do not want illegal migration, you have to be very radical. So when they call me far right, I love it. Yes, I am far radical right. Thank God.
Yeah. Well, we've played a couple of videos of speeches that you've given where they're referring to you as far right.
I love it.
Usually I come back and it made sense to me.
There is no bigger compliment when communists call you a far right. That was my grandfather history. That was my father history. That is my history, and my future children will be far right. I hope. That's their choice, obviously, but I do hope.
Boy, times are changing.
You never know. But I think we should stop feel ashamed when we are called far right. How far is your love to your family? is far.
Endless. It's far.
It's endless. So when we are called far right, yes, I am far right because righteousness, conservatism is the value I believe in. So when they call me that I'm very far into what I believe, I'm proud of myself.
So how is it, you mentioned 8 years of conservative governance, but
Right.
how is it that Poland did not fall into the trap that so much of Europe fell into over the last 2 decades?
Ha! That's because of our personal experience as a country. Poland is between Russia and Germany. Because of our position on the map, throughout the ages, we suffered a lot. Partitions, 17th, 18th century. Poland was not on the map for 123 years because of Russia and Germany, because of partitions. Then we had World War II. Germany attacked Poland on 1st of September. 16 days later, Russia attacked from the east. So Poland was attacked again when the World War II started. After World War II, Poland was under Soviet occupation. So we suffered 70 years of communism, which means that we know what it means to lose your sovereignty and freedom.
Yeah.
We know, and we feel much better than others. When you spend 123 years without being on the map as a nation and you survive, not only that, you're building yourself, then you suffer communism for 70 years. You cherish and love your freedom. You know what the freedom is. It's not just a word. It's something much deeper in you, in your family, in your personal experience. So why? Because of this experience, we knew what it means to let aliens in. We had aliens in the past. Different form, different shape, different reason. But we know when aliens took over. We do not want anyone to take over our country. They will not take it by the tanks. They will not take it by machine guns. They will not take it by ideology. We would never let leftism take over our country. What they did to America was a rape on your society, on your brains.
We're getting out of it now, fortunately.
Now, yes, thank God. And I'm serious. Thanks to God Almighty, Trump won. I do believe that. The fact that he survived the assassination was absolutely miracle to me as a believer, as a Christian. So, but what you went through was absolutely horrible, and you will pay consequences, unfortunately, for some time, because you cannot get rid of this ideology and what they have done to the generation of youth, especially teenagers. It will harm you for some time. It will not happen in Poland because we never let any leftists to take over because we cherish our family values, which means family and the country.
So when you say that the liberals are in power now, are you concerned that they could usher in some of
Yes,
this?
yes, obviously. But when you build a wall, physical wall, to destroy this wall, it's going to take some time. They are not able to do it. We have presidential election this year in May. I do believe we're going to win this one. We actually won the last elections as well, but they were able to create the coalition. Yeah. So we are having the election in Poland now. Presidential, we're going to win. We're going to go back to normal day in the office like every day for the past 8 years. It is very important that Mr. Trump won. He gave us a fresh breath, and again, far right conservatives are full of hope. We have people from around Europe in here, and everyone is like, thank God this man won.
Yeah.
He showed us the way. He's an inspiration, and he showed us that we can win. Even when you have CNN against you, all the mainstream media against you, Soros against you, and most powerful people in the world against you, you can win. Soros is very much present in Europe. He is trying to, manipulate us. We are not stupid. We can see things and we are ready to fight. This is not a joke. We're not gonna, you're not gonna let anyone take Poland or Christian Europe. because this is Christian continent. And, all these games with society will not take part, it will not happen in Poland.
So when you talk to your Western European counterparts who have allowed so much of this immigration disaster, and now they're dealing with crime and just the cultural rot and all of the stuff that so many people are talking about in this very city right now, what do they say? Do they say, boy, we really dropped the ball on this? What can we learn from you? Or are their heads still in the sand?
I'll give you an example of state of mind people in Europe. We are having a lunch now, like 20 minutes ago. It's 8 of us and some journalists, conservative. Even them. We're having this conversation about what happened in Brussels yesterday. Yesterday, there was a terror attack, shootings with AK-47, 3 days in a row. Like every day you have a shooting. So we are having this conversation, and suddenly one of the journalists saying, that was migrants. I said, why are you whispering? And I was like, migrants use AK-47 to attack. You see how the mindset is changed, how people are afraid to name and call the facts. I don't care. So when you ask me how do they react, they are still, I think, in a state of mind when they are afraid to say as it is. And the fact and the numbers from Eurostat, from Interior Ministry in Poland or in other country, we know that many crimes are committed by illegal migrants. That is a fact. And they are calling me racists because I said as it is. Most of them coming from Muslim countries. That is a data. It's a fact. They called me Islamophobe. I don't have a phobia. I'm not afraid of them.
Right. A phobia is also an irrational.
So we have to, first of all, if you want to win a lottery, you have to buy a ticket. To understand the problem, you have to call it out. If it's only in your brain and you're thinking it and you're not taking action, you will not succeed. So what I think is we should call as it is, show the data, compare it with Poland, and say why Poland zero terrorist attack. There is no terrorist attacks. It's only one country in Europe without this red dot. Because there was zero illegal migration. It's simple as that. It's very simple.
What should people know about Poland that they don't know? I think most of what we think of that part of the world now gets attributed to Hungary maybe because Orban seems sort of larger than life or something like that. So from an American perspective, we don't talk about Poland that often, except that as I said, we've played a couple of your speeches and we see some sanity. But what should we know about Poland that we don't think about?
Let's have a look on historical perspective. Poland is 1,000 years history country. 1,000 years. We accept Christianity in 966. Throughout the ages, Poland suffered a lot, as I told you. But after World War II, communism generated the image of Poland of poor, gray communist country.
Right.
Now economy is booming. People are moving from different countries in the world to Poland to invest. So the most important from your perspective, Americans' perspective, is that Poland is the most important, in my opinion, partner for America, ally. That's why Mr. Trump decided to move troops from Germany to Poland. There was a reason. That is why we decided to build Fort Trump, the place where army will operate. So Poland is very important, not only because we are a neighboring country with Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, Germany, but also because of our roots, because what we achieved throughout the ages. And very important thing is that communism was destroyed, I must call it destroyed, by Reagan and John Paul II. Mm-hmm. This is what we know. This is what we experience. This is why we love America. This is why we are so grateful. This is why I spent so much time in America campaigning for Mr. Trump, because that was a hope, a real hope, not a poster. He was a hope for the common sense, because he used this term very often, not Republican, common sense party. Mm-hmm. It's just a common sense. Like this insane wokeness around America and the world destroyed families, destroyed our nation, whole generation. We're going to restore it.
From a guy that the New York Times once called alt-right, I will shake a far-right hand.
This is a symbol of America and Poland.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
so much.
If you're looking for more eye-opening and worldly conversations, make sure to dive into our international playlist. And if you want to watch full interviews on a wide variety of topics, watch our full episode playlist, all right over here. And to get notified of all future videos, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell.